Good evening and welcome to the Broadcasting Lounge. Welcome to Sebring Supercars NZ Manon Racing Products GTE Series Round 2 here in Florida at this former World War II airfield. And I'm a little bit less lonely in the Broadcasting Lounge tonight. I've got Corey and Doug alongside me. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, Happy New Year's.
And Happy New Year to you guys as well.
How good. Where we are, first stream of the 2025 for us here. And what a place to do it. Bring these GTEs here to Sebring, eh? It's a place everybody's fairly familiar with. And a decent sized field too, looking to have about 26 cars.
Yeah, very cool. People are starting to recover from their New Year's hangovers and get into the sim, so we can have a look at what we've got in store tonight. So, round 2 at Sebring, international configuration here, 5.79 kilometre track length, and sitting at 19 metres above sea level, 27 degrees out there in air temperature, 35% humidity, so bit sticky out there, but a little bit of cloud cover as well should hopefully keep the track temps relatively low and nice and grippy for the guys, and a little bit of a breeze out there as well, 14 kilometres an hour. At a very technical circuit you can see there on the track map, and as well as having a lot of little kinks left and right that you can see on there in very tricky spots, a lot of bumps as well, which makes it even trickier.
Bit of chatter in my ear, a few drivers having a few words there in qualifying. But only 5 minutes today, Shano. Bit of a scare for some of the drivers, maybe.
Yeah, I was just about to say we're about halfway through our short, sweet qualifying session for tonight, so only 5 minutes, as you said, and you can see a very busy track, and all these guys have come straight out of pit lane to try and get some sort of a lap down. It could mix things up because, as we just heard Doug in the background, a little bit exasperated. He might have made a mistake and maybe had a lap deleted there.
Oh, just trying to manage traffic flow and trying to get brake temps up, and went to go into turn 2 and had no brakes underfoot and ran wide onto the grass, invalidating my lap time. So try to do a quick restart back to pits and try and get a lap, but I don't think that's going to work. Being heat racing, it's probably not going to allow me through, so probably starting off the back for this one.
And that is the challenge with such a short qualifying. Really only one shot to get some sort of time on the board, and that is where it is going to result in potentially a mixed up grid, as we see a bit of jostling for position going on here as well. Nobody got a time down as yet. Stephen McCartan, a couple of people sectors on the board, including the final sector of his outlap, but he is coming through the final corner now, and we will see what sort of time he puts up, but it's looking like it's going to be pretty quick, and he's going to have a draft to the line to help him out as well. And Roger Forbert initially goes to the top, but Stephen McCartan jumps up to the top with a 155.74. Roger down to second, still waiting for the lap time to start rolling in. Aaron Goodrick jumps up to P2 now. Jared Eccleston into P4. Leith Swinney goes second, now surpassed by Yoko Venter and Bart Swabbit. They're just rolling in now.
Yeah, the South African contingent has largely increased, thanks to Nico bringing some of his mates along to race here at Supercars NZ.
And that's us.
And they're not slow.
Yeah, we're all done. So only 12 in the end actually getting a time on the board, and Stephen McCartan takes pole position. As we're just about ready to go racing, we can have a look at the grid, and you can see there's Stephen McCartan on the pole from Jaco Venter, Nico Cordia and Bart Slubbert, row 2 there, Carl Nedler and Matthew Gerard, row 3, and then Leith Swinney and Andy Uden, row 4. And then Aaron Goodrick and Wayne Hartnell round out the top 10. Roger Forbert, Jared Eccleston, Blake Dowdle, Dylan Shepherd, Peter Vanderberg, Tinnis Venter. Trent Bennett, Kristen Jenkins, Chris Zalewski, Tom McCall, Dan Turner, Doug Bickley, Scott Pickering, Dylan Radford in 24th there. And then Steve Arthur, Richie Foucher round out the grid because Sean McNamara is in race control and Corey Kitchen is in the lounge with me. So
And also super truck duties for me tonight, so I'll get to go out in the truck again. Pretty excited.
Yeah, we'll see some exciting action during the warm-up again. That'll be cool, and we might see Corey venturing out as the safety truck at some point as well. So they're lining up on the dummy grid on the back straight here behind the iRacing pace truck, and that is going to lead them away in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, everybody, or Scott Pickering hasn't got onto the grid yet, with the only person we're waiting on.
Yeah, so Scott coming off 23rd, if he does join. And it looks like he's going to run out of time because we are getting some lights up and that pace truck is going to roll away any moment now. And we're rolling. So 25 cars taking the start of this one. That's a very good grid for a time when a lot of people are still on holiday.
Lucky buggers.
And the pace truck peels off and we are heading down towards the green flag and we're away and already the field's spreading out. Stefan not getting the best start. Jakobinda jumps into P1, heading down towards turn 1 here. And it's going to be Jaco taking the lead through turn 1 and there's a spin in the mid-pack there. Looking like about 4 or 5 wide and...
Oh, that's a big crash.
Oh, Doug caught up in that. Oh, one of the Team West cars going off at turn 3 there. That is a big one.
I'm being summoned.
So we have a safety car and no surprises there. That was massive. We'll unpack exactly what went on there once everybody's all packed up behind the safety car. So Jaco and Stefan still pushing on quite hard. Just slowing up a little bit now towards the end of the lap. They can pit under safety car. Pit entry will remain open the whole time, so they're able to come in. But this being a short 15-minute heat race, probably unlikely that we would see these front runners come to the pits in this one. I think the second race, everybody's going to need fuel at some point, so potentially see some different strategies there. So Stefan McCartan has gone in front of Jaco Venter. I'm not sure if Jaco went off the track there. We have a replay of that.
I am still here. I can't really see too much. I need to move my Discord over here.
So I wonder if Stefan McCartan hasn't heard the comms because he's just passed Jaco Venter on track. And Stefan forms up behind Corey as the safety car.
Yeah, I believe there was a change. Jaco is leader.
Yep, Jaco's moved back ahead of Stefan. So that's all sorted, so all good.
He's trying to hold 80 kilometers an hour.
Bit tricky, is it?
It is. The truck still wants to get loose. I'll probably go a bit slow. I'm doing 75, but I have got a corner coming up.
Alright, we have the replay here. And well, we see... So that's very much the end of it, as Doug got caught up in it. Potentially, this one might tell us a bit more of the story. Thomas Venter coming into turn 1. Oh, even that. More towards the end of it. I'll tell you what, we can play it on from the green flag, and...
It looked like Aaron Goodrick, something happened with him. He was sideways, and most people were trying to avoid him, but it was sort of the backpack just obviously quite rapidly. Didn't see him around the corner, and bit of squashage and squishage.
Oh yes, so Aaron getting loose all by himself, and then, yeah, just the domino effect off the back of that. Everybody having to react to what was in front of them in a very short space of time, and just a lot of cars getting caught up in that, unfortunately. So, yeah, very, very tricky one there, but that's racing, I guess. So we are under safety car. Any indication on when we might be going green, Corey?
I haven't had any word yet.
No, nothing yet.
Yeah, because the field might be still trying to catch up. I am just sitting on 85.
And we've just got the 10 minutes of racing remaining time counter chirping in our area as well.
Yeah, so this being timed race, not laps, this safety car period will eat into that race length. And I mentioned before the longest second race that people will not likely need fuel, and if we get a safety car we might see guys coming in taking that option to pit, but the fact that it will eat into that race time could mean that in that second race, if we get the safety car, that we might see people able to get to them without pitting. But looks like we're going green this lap. Post truck driver Corey Kitchen driving away. He'll be all focused back on the lounge in a moment, and Jaco Venter is going to have control of the field, and he's gone nice and early out of the final corner, sorry, comes across the line and leads Stefan McCartan into turn 1, and much more settled this time around. Matthew Gerard going for a move on Bart Slabert into turn 1 and gets it done. Bart having a bit of a slide at the apex there, but managed to catch it. Somebody ran wide in the background as well. Might have been Wayne Hartnell. Yeah, looks like it was Wayne Hartnell running wide in the background. And I just saw, I think that was, well, we got data on Scott Pickering having a crash. I don't think that was who I saw off the track, because he looks to be further down the order. Can't even see Scott's name here. So he's a lap down. So potentially it was Scott that I saw there.
Wayne Hartnell around.
Busy tonight. More cars getting called in.
Oh, big damage there. I think that was Jaco Venter. Yeah, front left wheel off the BMW of Jaco Venter. So he's had a big one into the wall, and he's going to tow back to pit lane. So absolutely massive one there.
Wow, and back.
Andy Uden is our leader.
He's got a decent lead too. 2.6 seconds there back to Matthew Gerard. So I must have missed a little bit after that restart.
Yeah, so Stefan McCartan down in 10th. I believe it was... I've forgotten who was leading at the restart. Oh, it was Bart, wasn't it, that was leading at the restart, was it?
No, it was Jaco.
Jaco
Venter. He's in the pit,
so Jaco we did see having gone onto the fence, so it looks like he and Stefan have had a tangle that's led to that, so we will pick up on that momentarily, but
We've had our first drive-through for the evening come through from comms, so Carl need the car 66 through the lane for avoidable contact.
and looks like Carl is in serving that now.
Everyone's sort of settling themselves in. New year, maybe new you. You're going to be cleaner racer, or you're going to be more aggressive. Who knows? We're going to find out. Big season.
A bit of a move coming in the background there. That was Blake Dowdle. No, sorry. Blake Dowdle has just made a move on Jared Eccleston, but it was Dylan Radford on Bart Slavitt there. And we do have a replay of what happened between Jaco and Stefan. Apologies, we'll play that through in full speed. So down at the hairpin, very defensive line from Jaco on entry, and then they've just tripped over each other, and actually, so was that Nico Cordia involved in the background of that as well, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, he's down. He's dropped down as well.
Yeah, so Nico was behind them as they were jostling for position here, and then I think probably just as they made that side-to-side contact, they just checked up, and Nico had no chance to react to that by the look of it, but it's heavy contact into the ball for Jaco, and a strong position.
Thank you, mate.
A strong position gone begging there for Jaco, and a great opportunity for Andy Uden, who does have a 2.5 second lead over Matthew Gerard now. And Matthew, you'll be happy, we've got your paint working for you. Apologies to Matthew for not having his paint working in recent weeks. There was a box that I hadn't ticked that I have now ticked, and that's all good to go now.
Yeah, what you don't know sometimes. It's one of those new things that have come in over the, well, it's been around for a while, but it's very rarely used. So once it is, I just had another call. No, it's just a racing incident for that incident with the leaders up here at the hairpin that we were just looking at.
Okay, so that's good information. So nobody's going to take a trip through the lane as a result of that. So,
and I heard Mac rattle off about 3 different car numbers saying they're going to get post-race incidents. So there might be some further investigation to take place between those.
Could be some points adjustments for me to make within the next week.
Possibly.
Yes, so speaking of points, we have them, and Dylan Shepherd currently leading the championship on 135 points. Blake Dowdle on 134. Yep, he's here. Stefan McCartan on 130. That's your top 3. Leaf Swinney, Nico Cordia.
Oh, here we go, move to P2. Dylan Shepherd moves up to P2 in the race, putting Matthew Gerard down to P3. Carry on, Corey.
No, it's okay. We've got not much of the race to go, so we've probably got another lap, and then we're going to get the white flag out, aren't we?
Yeah, I'd say about that. 3 minutes remaining now, sorry, and it's a 2-minute lap, so yeah, probably by the time they complete this lap, they'll be getting the white flag.
Yeah, these heat races go pretty fast, especially when a wee chunk of it gets taken up by some safety truck action.
Absolutely. Matthew Gerard having a bit of rear locking on the way into turn 3, and then a bit of front locking as he tried to get it pulled up, and that's just cost him a little bit in his battle with Dylan Shepherd.
You're Dylan up 12 spots now into P2, so he's going to, lap in a bit to try and chase down Andy Uden.
Yeah, that's a very good drive so far, and he's going to have some work to do again as we head into the feature race, because we're going to flip the top 10 around when we head into that. But we've got a good battle towards the lower end of the top 10 here, so Peter Vanderberg currently occupying that reverse grid pole position, but looking to see if he can move by Dan Turner to gain some more points in this race and come from a grid lower down in the feature. Meanwhile, Leith Swinney not too far behind. Actually, I was looking at the car next on track, which wasn't Leith Swinney. It's looks like, yeah, it's Jaco Venter back out there. So good to see Jaco getting back out there after that big crash, tying back to the pits and getting those repairs. He's come back out and doing his thing, picking up some points.
Stefan McCartan back in the pit lane as well. He's been there for 3 minutes, so maybe an incident or something there. Richard Forche is also, he's just towed into the pits.
So we can see the white flag out here and Peter Vanderberg poking the nose out on Dan Turner. Not quite able to make the move yet. Has another look down the inside at 1. Through the kink at 2. Not able to fire it down the inside at 3. So if he can get a good run through this set of corners, but he's just had a slide there. I was going to say if he can get a good run through this set of corners, he might be able to set up a move into the hairpin, but now he might be thinking more about staying in front on track of Jaco Venter. This one isn't for position, but if Jaco gets in between these two cars, it's going to make the job that much harder for Peter to try and get around Dan Turner.
Yeah, last lap though, everybody sort of will know that that's the top 10 reshuffle for the second race. So big 25-minute race for our second one too, isn't it, Shane?
Yep, it sure is. 25 minutes, reverse top 10, and there was a car around there. It looks like Dylan Radford just rejoining now.
The old Ford GT, you don't see many getting around in that. That is the worst sounding car on the surface.
Thank you, iRacing.
Well, we love you, especially when we get to do safety truck warm-up races coming up soon, folks. So stay tuned.
So Andy Uden into the final corner. He took full advantage of the incident in front of him that put all of the top 3 down the order, and he's claimed the win. Dylan Shepherd doing a good job to get to within a second, but out of time to try and mount a challenge for the win. But a great drive for him, up 12 spots coming through from P14 to finish second. Matthew Gerard will round out the podium, and then Tinnis Venter in 4th, Blake Dowdle 5th, Roger Forbert 6th, Jared Eccleston 7th, Dan Turner 8th, Peter Vanderberg 9th, and Leith Swinney rounding out the top 10. Then back to Kristen Jenkins, Aaron Goodrick, Tom McCall, Dylan Radford, Doug Bickley picking up P15. Not a bad result, Dougie.
Not too bad. I did have a moment with one of the South African named boys where I think it was in the Nico incident. I got rear-ended and half spun around, but they both had readdressed. I think I dropped a couple at that point, but the early apology and readdress, I was happy. So race on.
Not going to box anybody's door down.
Oh, I'll see who lines up beside me in the second race. bring on iBoxing, eh?
Absolutely.
Oh yes, that was hilarious.
That was a funny New Year's meme. But here we are. This is what everyone's turned up to for tonight for the watching the stream in the broadcasting lounge at the safety trucks.
Yes, we've got Corey in the pit lane. Hopefully we should have Sean McNamara joining him in a moment.
Yeah, he's just telling some people off, I think.
He's very good at that, isn't he? Oh, isn't that cute? We've got a GTE that's going to go out and join the safety trucks. Corvette going out there. And a Doug Bickley as well. The Blake Dowdle out on track. For a kitchen coming out now. Doug Bickley just behind him. Are you going to be the safety car for this one, Doug?
That would be quite funny, wouldn't it?
We're going to do a comparison lap.
I'll give them a head start and then I'll finish the lap.
You compare Doug into the wall or another safety truck into the wall.
Oh, here we go. Here's Mecca. Are we going to do the off-track racing that we saw earlier, or are we going to keep it on the track for this one?
No, we'll do a normal race. Everyone can piss off for a lap. Are you going to go on the grass? Let's just go. What are we waiting for?
Oh, they're bumping already. Corey up the inside of Sean. Oh, they're in the fence. Sean's holding on to the lead for now, though. Doug's managed to get the BMW up to P2. Oh, Sean's around. Oh, and he's collected Doug in the process. Corey getting it a bit smoky there out of the hairpin. I think Sean's given it up. Looks like he's towed back to pit lane, so Corey just has to...
I'll use the track now and actually make it a bit of a show.
I think you're making a bit of a show on the grass. Anyway, I think we can call it 2 for 2 for Corey.
Yeah, you got to get me going around the last corner. It's the most enjoyable one.
Big slide there through the S's.
All right, get the speed up. We can hit this hot. Let's see if I can do a lid skid. It's 205.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah,
Oh.
slap it.
I thought we were going to see a lid skid when you were heading full speed towards those tyres, but it didn't flip over.
It's a bit disappointing, isn't it?
It is a little bit. And now some donuts in the pit lane. Oh, those panels were flapping like wings on the back of your truck there.
Yeah, we get it up into third gear and do a bit of a Shane Van Gisbergen. I stand up out of my sim. Wave to everybody that's not watching. Yeah, undefeated in the trophy truck this season.
Absolutely. So we can see our grid now for race 2. Leith Swinney taking that reverse grid pole. Peter Vanderberg lining up alongside on the front row. Then Dan Turner and Jared Eccleston behind on the second row. Roger Forbert, Blake Dowdle, Tinnis Venter and Matthew Gerard rounding out the top 8. And we can go back to Dylan Shepherd and Andy Uden rounding out the top 10. So Andy taking the win, dropping back to 10th on the grid for the reverse grid top 10 there. Kristen Jenkins 11th, Aaron Goodrick 12th, Tom McCall 13th, Dylan Redford 14th, Doug Bickley 15th, Wayne Hartnell 16th. And then we've got Nico Cordia, Carl Nedler, Steve Arthur, Bart Slubbert, Chris Zaluski, Jaco Venter, Richard Fauci, Scott Pickering, and then at the back we've got Stephen McCartan and Trent Bennett. So getting ready to go, and actually we're rolling away behind the pace truck now. So we can jump down trackside, and Leith Swinney is going to have control as our pole man. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing. Oh, and already!
That might be me again, I think.
Tinnis Venter again caught up in that one. Immediately towing back to pit lane. Looks like Aaron Goodrick might have been involved as well. He's towed back to the pits.
Yes, safety car has been called. That is me running down the stairs.
So we have another lap 1 safety car. So 2 very chaotic starts. Well, my data screen has just absolutely lit up, so we can see Tinnis Venter looks like he was the first one caught up in that, and just took a hit from behind and rolling through there, and then a number of knock-on effects there. I saw a Misfits car, that might have been Steve Arthur by the look of it. Oh, so he's checking up and gets a hit from behind. Aaron Goodrick involved as well. Oh! Who was that in the purple car?
Was it collected or was it very close?
It was full speed into the incident.
The only couple of purple cars I know of, I think maybe a Wayne Hartnell or Tom McCall. But Tom's in front of me, so maybe not.
Wasn't Wayne. I don't think it was a Team West purple. It was a much more purple than the Team West livery.
Who's the leader?
Looks like it was 29. So Richard Fauci.
Oh, I've got
Looks
Leith.
like it was. Yeah, looks. Wow. Yeah, that's not good from Richard there, I have to say. He went full speed into that incident and was definitely showing no signs of slowing up, despite the fact that there were 2 cars going very slowly in front of him, so that was not ideal. So Leith Swinney is going to form in behind Corey as the safety truck. So Leith's been able to maintain position with a good start. Dan Turner jumping ahead of Peter Vanderberg there, and then Blake Dowdle up 2 spots, Roger Forbert holding steady in the 5th, Matthew Gerard up a couple, Dylan Shepherd up a couple, Jared Eccleston down 4, and then everyone's just chopped and changed there. Big move for Stephen McCartan up 12 spots to set P13. So this will be interesting as well, with the slower laps, less fuel being used, and eating into the time in this race, meaning we're going to see less laps than originally expected. I wonder if this is going to negate the need for any pit stops in tonight's race.
Oh, that's a good point, Shano.
Yeah, wonder.
How many laps of fuel you got, Doc?
What does it say? Currently have 24 litres, enough for 8.2 laps. At the moment, it's suggesting I need to add 13 litres. That some brains doing some quick mathematics there in the background, folks, so you can hear those gears grinding.
You need to lube it, mate.
Yeah.
Brain lube, that should be G's, isn't it?
"20 minutes has struck, ready to count down."
So Leith Swinney in behind the pace truck at the moment.
Yeah, no word for me to pull away. I think Macca might be unpacking that action there on lap 1.
Yeah, so at this point, I'd say it looks like we're going at least one more lap, so that's going to help the fuel numbers a little bit more. Long lap as well, so the time it's going to take to go around, that's going to mean even more laps off the total race distance. So looking at the onboard from Leith Swinney there, Doug, the sun's looking like it's getting quite low in the sky. Is that having much of an impact on visibility at the moment?
It's through the cloud, so it's a wee bit striking, but it's not too bad. It's certainly not added enough across for me not to be able to pick the cars in front of me. But let's see, maybe another lap or two. Car headlights are certainly on. It will carry on getting a wee bit darker.
Yeah, and if that sun drops down below a cloud, then it may become a problem, so that'll be something to keep an eye on for everybody out there.
Yes, indeed. Our last lap there for me was 3 minutes 55 seconds.
Yeah, so if we're going to take another 4 minutes to go around this lap, that effectively means for one lap actually completed, we lose 2 laps off the race distance. And of course that lap will be completed with a lot less fuel used than your normal racing laps, so that is really going to help the numbers.
Cool. I've had the word from Macca, giving everyone the rundown about the restart procedures, and we will be commencing green flag racing off the lead vehicle.
Yep, I'll take off from them soon. I have picked my speed up a little bit. I've hit 95.
Dan Turner just throwing up a little bit of dirt from the racing line there, so someone's obviously been off track around the braking zone for the hairpin and put a little bit of debris back on the racing line, so that's going to be something to watch out for.
And that's me boosting away from them.
Blake Dowdle getting some temp into the tyres there. Roger Forbert in behind with headlights on. Bit of debris through there as well.
Wasn't me.
So getting down towards the last sector of the lap now, so not too much longer before we get a green flag. And we can see Leith's when he's got control of the field. He's got Dan Turner just behind him. He'll be keen to see if he can get as good a restart as he got on the initial start, getting one spot on the initial start, so he'll be keen to see if he can pick up another one on the restart. A little bit of tyre warming going on in the background. So Leith accelerates off the apex of the final corner, and Dan's been able to go with him quite well. Pulling out of the slipstream down the front straight. Leith going a little bit defensive, so Dan might use that to his advantage and try and get the better exit off of one and see if he can do something down under brakes at turn 3. Just slotting in for now, and people sorting themselves in the background. Stephen McCartan making a spot up on Dylan Radford there.
Pulled through from race control. There's car 29, so that's Richard Fauché. Drive through for unavoidable contact.
Avoidable
And,
contact, maybe?
yeah,
if
and
it
car
was
43,
unavoidable.
Dylan Shepherd as well.
If it was unavoidable, I'd be surprised to see a penalty coming.
Yeah, so it was for not slowing down when there was an incident in front and he hit somebody else, I think. That was Sean's wording.
Yeah, that was what I saw on the replay as well, so I think fair cop there. Stephen McCartan making good progress into the top 10 already and all over the back of Roger Forbert. Oh, that was a little bit tight. Gets down there though, gets the move done and moves into 9th. Stefan in the mood to make gains at the moment.
Oh. And yeah, car 43, a drive-through penalty, so that's Dylan Shepherd as well.
So Dylan currently running 5th. He's going to tumble down the order when he serves that drive-through. Oh, look like move on for the lead. Leith Swinney and Dan Turner going side by side. Dan's going to come out of the final corner in front. Blake Dowdle getting involved as well, and Leith's going to end up dropping a couple of spots here, but he's going to get the draft. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. How is this going to pan out?
Okay.
Blake's been able to sweep all the way around the outside. That was actually very well done. I was a bit
Could be
nervous
the move
about.
of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 3 wide into the entry, and yeah, Blake having the outside line and a better run out of the corner. They saved him there. The other two, they did quite well to, yeah, everybody did well to get round there, didn't they?
They did very well, and what I liked about what Blake did is while Leith and Dan were fighting over the inside, Blake went all the way over to the right, opened up the corner, and that ultimately was what gave him that much better line through turn 1 and enabled him to carry that momentum through to sweep through into the lead.
Yeah, he was very fast in practice, Blake Dowdle. I believe he was at the top of the tree there and didn't get a time in qualifying. So he would have had to start down the pack, and he's now found himself at the front.
Christian Jenkins and Matthew Gerard in a good battle over P5 and P6 here. Christian actually did the fastest lap of the race on the last lap.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's
158.
really not slow, old Christian.
Blake's last lap, 157.7. Must have been an off track in it, so it hasn't counted it, maybe.
Yeah, looks that way. Christian certainly got the purple on that time next to his name, and Blake's time showing in red there, so I suspect that's what that indicates there, that he's had an off track, and that is not valid to count towards fastest lap of the race.
bumper rubbing, close racing. We love to see it.
The Kristen's on the outside of Matthew on the run into turn 1. Stephen McCartan's just been able to get a move done on Jared Eccleston in the background. He moves up to 7th and almost in amongst this battle for 5th now as well. So this is pretty much turned into a 4-car battle now. And look how quickly Stefan's been able to close onto the back of Christian. He's going to go to the outside, cuts back to the inside, tries to send it under brakes at the hair. Oh, there's a bit of a touch there. That was Thomas McCall. No. I think it was Jared Eccleston actually into the back of Stefan there. So Stefan did cut back in quite late there, so not sure whether it could be classed as moved under braking, and that if it was a move under brakes, that's certainly a defence for Jared there. But it's not worked out well for Stefan McCartan, putting him back to P16 now.
Yeah, that was called out to the race control straight away, that incident there, so currently under investigation.
Oh, we can have a look at it. So he comes out. He is in the braking zone there, I think, when he moves back across, isn't he? I think we need what's probably going to be a good one to look at will likely be the onboard from Jared. That will probably tell us whether Stefan was on the brakes when he made that move, but very busy into the final corner here. Stefan moving back into P13, so he's still very much in the mood to climb as high back through the field as he possibly can.
Cars coming down the lane, so maybe some people thinking they're definitely going to need some fuel, and they've come down the lane. So we've got Jared Ecclestone and Bart Slabbert down the lane at the moment.
So that replay there tells me Jared was very much committed to his braking point when Stefan moved back into line there. So I would call that Stefan's moved under braking and can't really complain about getting hit there. But
Oh, I'm glad I'm not race control.
yeah, I was just about to say, I'm not race control. It's going to be Sean McNamara's decision to make, and we'll see who he sides with there.
Yep, I'm sure we'll hear something about that soon. Oh, I see another car just going off at the hairpin. Eddie Uden was actually.
Yeah, I've got replay data on that. Oh, trying to make the move down the inside, misjudging his braking and running off down the escape road. Takes to the grass to get back on. That eventually gets onto the alternate track there. I probably would have just carried on and turned right. That probably would have been a faster way to rejoin the track there, but anyway, he's back going.
Yeah, there's no charge for being extra careful coming back onto the track.
Absolutely. So Nico Cordia in a battle with Steve Arthur at the moment.
A bit further down the pack than he would like, Nico, but first race didn't go as planned, so off the back for this race for him.
And you can see the headlights starting to take effect as well as that sun does drop ever lower in the sky.
Yeah, 6:10 in race time here in Sebring at the moment, so yeah, the sun is starting to get a lot lower.
I believe the scheduled race finish time for this one was right on sunset, if I remember correctly, so we would be expecting to see that sun just disappearing below the horizon as we finish the race.
Yeah, this track no stranger to night racing as well.
Absolutely, home of Sebring 12 Hour, which finishes in darkness.
Tricky race.
It is.
It's one of those tracks, and especially the last time it came round, rain was in, so it did cause a lot of havoc. It was pretty fresh, I think, rain when the last time I tried this.
Yeah, so Sebring 12 Hour last year, I can say last year now because we've just gone into the new year. Sebring 12 Hour last year was the first iRacing special event with rain, as Leith Swinney is fighting Blake Dowdle for the lead and gets alongside and gets the move done. Sorry, no, that was Peter Vanderberg. There was an error.
Yep.
And I'm very
Blake's
confused.
just come in the pits.
Yeah, so Blake was well out front. There was an error with my timing anyway. It was Peter Vanderberg and Leith Swinney fighting over P2.
So it looks like the average fuel people are taking on, they're up on the jacks. I'm going to call it around 33 seconds is the average from what I can see of the numbers of people that have been down the lane already.
33 seconds? I'm seeing a lot
Yeah.
of 4 and 5 seconds.
Oh, well.
3
Oh, hang on.
seconds
No,
even.
that's down pit lane.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's stretch that out a little bit more. And yes, there we go. So it is just a splash to get home. People are just making sure they're safe, aren't they?
Yeah. I am seeing
Yep.
a 33 second from Krystaliski, 37 seconds from Tinus Ventus. I think those guys have chosen to do tyres. Dylan Radford, 48 seconds, probably got done speeding into pit lane and had to take a penalty. Sorry,
Yeah.
Steve Arthur, that is, not Dylan Radford, apologies.
So Thinis is the first of the cars that has taken a pit. And is he in a battle with you, Douglas? He's close to you somewhere, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Just gone past me.
He's cleared you out of the way. So you've got a racy Stefan McCartan in your mirror. What can you tell us? How you feeling?
Packing it, mate, packing it.
Nervous sweats.
Barely blinked.
Stefan down the inside. Doug giving him plenty of space, getting a little bit beached on the curb, but back onto the track.
We've got a drive-through for car 05, Jared Ecclestone, for avoidable contact.
Ooh, that surprises me, that one, actually, but it's Sean's call. I don't think I agree with it. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I agree with it, but it is Sean's call, and...
Oh,
Pit lane is a busy. We've got 6 cars in there. Oh, Dylan Shepherd crashed.
Oh! Douglas! What happened?
I got rear-ended as I was coming into pit lane.
You don't have a front right, so it might be tricky to get you to your pit box.
Yeah, car 54, pit lane entry.
So we don't have data on Doug there. We do have data on Dylan Shepherd. So it was Dylan that got into the back of you.
Yeah, bit of a tag there in the back, the old pit manoeuvre. Douglas into the wall, and that board contact probably was avoidable.
I think all of it was probably avoidable. I think we're going to see Dylan taking a trip down pit lane. Well, an extra trip down pit lane at some point. He's already serving a penalty for unsafe entry there because he, after the initial incident, cut across the coned off area to get into the pits. Dan Turner in behind Blake Dowdle at the moment. Good close battle this is looking like. Not too far away from the end of the race either. 23, nearly 24 minutes gone. So Matthew Gerard, as he comes into the pits, is about to take the white flag. So he was trying to get to the end. but just that one extra lap that he's going to have to do, obviously not quite enough in the tank to get that done. And he's going to have to come in, get some fuel. That gives the lead to Leith Swinney. So he's taking the white flag now. Stephen McCartan going around has not put it, neither is Leith. So these guys have saved enough fuel. Wow, have they though? I think they've saved enough fuel to finish the race. They've gone on to the final lap without stopping. We will watch with anticipation to see if they actually make the finish line with enough fuel. Leith certainly looks like he's saving pretty heavily. Certainly doesn't seem to be revving that car very hard.
So there'll be post-race investigation into pit entry gate. Leith, he's not hard on the gear. He's just got to coast at home now. He's got 10 seconds over Stephen McCartan, so it's all about not running out of fuel here.
He's got 3 seconds over Stephen McCartan.
Oh, he has too. Sorry, my bad.
And down under 3 seconds now, so Stefan certainly using a lot more of the available juice, and well, it's 2.5 seconds, but looking at it visually and hearing the difference between the two cars, this could get quite tight.
Yeah, you don't want to run out of gas.
I think if Leith's got the gas, I think he's just got the margin. He's coming to the checkered flag now. He just gets there. I think he's coughed across the line. He was certainly going very slowly over it. Stephen McCartan comes home P2. Steve Arthur. Oh, contact with Blake Dowdle. Steve goes around. Blake goes around. Matthew Gerard goes around. And, no, sorry, Matthew Gerard comes across in P3. It was Aaron Goodrick, the other car that went around there. Matthew Gerard P3. Dan Turner P4. Aaron Goodrick limps across for P5. Peter Vanderberg P6. Christian Jenkins P7. Tom McCall P8. Jaco Venter P9, and then Bart Slubbert rounds out the top 10. Nico Cordia just out of the top 10 in 11th. Steve Arthur 12th. Scott Pickering 13th. Wayne Hartnell 14th. Blake Dowdle 15th. Tinnis Venter 16th. Coming across the line now. Doug Bickley, actually, Tinnis Venter getting up to 15th. Doug Bickley moving up to 16th because Blake Dowdle towed to the pits after that incident and didn't take the flag. Dylan Radford, P17. Chris Zalewski is home in 18. Andy Uden will come home in 19th. And Richard Fauci currently circulating in 21st, but I think once he gets to the line, he will jump ahead of Blake Dowdle and make that P20.
Great racing there, Thinnis. Awesome, mate.
So Richard just coming down the back straight now, coming into the final corner.
Wow, and that's round 2. Done and dusted. Just a couple of people to cross the line, and that's Richard across the line. And it's good to be back into the new year. You know, everyone's got their plans for a big year. Hopefully everybody has a bloody good one.
Yeah, that was a very entertaining race. Plenty of action. Sean kept very busy in race control and doing a great job.
Yeah, there's a couple of action-packed races, that's for sure. And I had to go out twice in the old safety truck, or 3 times if you include the warm-up.
Yeah, you were kept busy tonight, mate. You didn't have a chance to go and gallivant around the house like you thought you were going to.
Yeah, I bet Trent Bennett tonight in the race. Sorry, Trent. Love you, mate.
Confirming the results there, Leith Swinney taking the win, Stephen McCart in second, Matthew Gerard coming home in third, Dan Turner fourth, Peter Vanderberg fifth, Aaron Goodrick sixth, Kristen Jenkins, Tom McCall, Jakob Venter and Blart Slubbert rounding out the top 10. And then we've got Nico Cordia, Scott Pickering, Wayne Hartnell, Tinnis Venter, Doug Bickley, Dylan Radford, Chris Deluski, Steve Arthur, Andy Uden, Richie Foucher rounding out the top 20. And Andy Uden, Blake
Blake
Dowdle
Dowdle.
a lap down in 21st, Dylan Shepherd a couple of laps down along with Jared Eccleston. Carl Nedler 5 laps down, might not have made the line, and I think Roger Forbert had pulled the pin early as well. So that is it for another Thursday night here at Supercars NZ.
Man, that was wicked.
Yeah, massive shout out to Jigsaw Projects, our weekly sponsor. And Steve's on holiday, so hopefully you're tuned in to watch Steve, and hope those new cats are doing well. But Jigsaw Projects is an Auckland-based company that looks after commercial and well, I think he does more the home interior sort of fit outs now. But I actually think Steve might be hanging up the boots and retiring.
Man, he'll be on permanent holiday from a beach near you soon.
Yeah, you'll see him on a simulator on the beach, like we'd seen
Yep.
on the old Facebook page the other day.
That's it.
Well, he's certainly
And
earned it, and I think nobody would begrudge him a pleasurable retirement if he makes that call.
certainly not. Deserves to have that time doing some granddad duties.
Absolutely. And of course, MRP sponsoring the Manon Racing Products GTE Series. So check out mrp.co.nz or mrpsimracing.co.nz to check out their sim racing and real racing ranges if you're interested in that. And Napa Auto Parts backing the Broadcasting Lounge. Thank you, Napa, for your ongoing support. It's been great, and I'm sure it will continue to be great into the future. Thanks, Corey and Doug, for joining me in the lounge tonight.
Thank
No
you, Shane,
problem.
for thanking me.
And thanks, everybody at home, for tuning in. We will catch you next time.
Thank you, Shane.